Yo dudes, we built some badass built-in bookshelves in a weekend. Here's how we did it. First we took down our old shelves and then I proceeded to remove the baseboards. My wife and I are originally from the Midwest where I had a garage full of tools. But about 10 years ago we moved to Brooklyn, New York where we had a small space, so I had to get rid of a lot of shit. Now we live in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm building back up my tool collection, but I don't have a table saw yet. Since I can't rip a bunch of plywood, I'm using standard size lumber for this entire build. Here I am cutting a shitload of 1x12s for the shelves. I built myself a jig to keep all the shelves the exact same length. I'm mounting on the shelves by drilling a fuckload of pocket holes using a Kreg Jig. I got a link to the Kreg Jig below and a tutorial on how to use it, so check it out. The Kreg Jig is a guide that allows you to drill pilot holes at an angle and to join two pieces of material with a hidden screw. I highly recommend picking one up. They're badass and make your work look super professional. When people come over to your joint, man, they're gonna think Norm from the New Yankee Workshop built this shit. Each side of the built-ins are formed in two sections. We screwed everything together, making sure that each shelf was level along the way. For the second section on the right side, we added the vertical board and started screwing in all the shelves we just drilled. The vertical boards are also standard size lumber, 2x12s cut to length. To attach this unit to the wall, we just drilled more pilot holes where they lined up with studs. Then screwed it to the wall. Man, I know what you're thinking, standard lumber is going to show knots where plywood won't. Well, that's true, we actually want the knots to show. Our goal is to make it look old and have a lot of character. For the arches at the top, I temporarily attached a piece of plywood with a couple of finishing nails. While our Weimaraner Lizzie supervised, I made a compass out of a piece of string and a pencil. Then I drew a half circle. Back in the garage, I cut off the excess, then cut out the arches with my jigsaw. Pro tip, cut inside the line and then sand it to perfection. Man, I think I learned that in 6th grade shop class. I cut out the arches one at a time. I thought this was a good idea at the time because it gave me a master template to cut out the other arches. In hindsight though, I'd probably do it all in one piece. If any of you guys know a better idea on how to do this, man, drop me a comment. I added trim pieces at the front face of the vertical supports. It's the same thickness as the plywood used for the arches, so it matches up swell. I'm trying to make the illusion that it's all one piece. Then I added crown molding to the ceiling. Holy shit, I need to get a nail gun. Hammering and setting all these nails by hand is for the birds, but it can totally be done. I applied wood filler to the seam up top and then caulk around all the trim. Man, if you're gonna paint something anyway, a little caulk will help fix those minor imperfections that come along with being a beginner DIYer. Fuck it, I won't tell anybody. On the left side, I had some electrical components to contend with, so I drilled some holes and added some faceplates. These run the outlets above the mantle so we could add a TV. We got a sick-ass mirror there, though, that a lot of you guys have asked about. You can find links to a lot of shit like that we use on our videos, man. Link in bio. Hell yeah, man, we're on the final stretch. Well, I put on one last piece of baseboard, my wife wrapped up the sanding. She had to keep stopping the sweep because apparently our crazy Weimaraner Lizzie likes to lick the sawdust off the floor. We then painted the hell out of everything with our favorite color. Yep, Black Magic by Sherwin-Williams. We use our line of emerald paint, which is really high quality and dries super hard. It dries to the touch in 2 hours, but don't be a hero, man. Make sure you do what the can says. We waited the full cure time before we loaded it up with books. We've used Black Magic all over our whole house. Don't be afraid to paint a bunch of shit black, dudes. It looks totally kick-ass. Got any questions about this build? Drop me a comment. Your likes, shares, and comments make my DIY videos possible, and I totally appreciate it. Don't forget to mash that fucking subscribe button and follow me for more DIY. Later.